on, babies.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Boston Red Sox are not back. They are not back. Don't let this fool you. But I also want you to keep my baseball's name, off your damn mouth. The Red Sox spending big on an aging third baseman with no guarantee he'll stick around. With the future building blocks of the franchise. I tell you now, stop rejoicing. Okay, I'm going to take this from our very good friend Bill.
So you did snip snap. Okay, I was like, I didn't know what this was. Was Bill making snip snap?
No. I am not snip snapping. I'm just giving it. They're not back. Okay, this is a good signing, but they're not back. I want to make that very clear. All right. I'll tell you why it's a good signing, and I'll also tell you why it's not back later on the show. Before we do that, as we always start the show, let's do some opening takes. And Bobby actually graced us with some content for the show. That was nice earlier in the day, and he made it tonight in a new room. So thank you, Bobby. And please, your opening take.
Certainly. Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champions. However, all the talk of them continuing on and creating a new dynasty, unfortunately, will not be the case. Let me tell you why. No team can have sustained success when the primary driver of their team is not the quarterback and the coach. You will see this Philadelphia Eagle team, much like the last Eagle team that won the Super Bowl, melt under the pressure of their own success. Sirianni is obviously going to lose his mind, and all of the players will just go into random trash bagness, much like they did in 2017, talking about how they won, and it was so much fun, and it'll take them years to recover.
Very good. Congratulations, Eagles. Also, fuck you in your future. Ray, your opening take.
Thank you there, Richard. I'm going to continue with this. Like I said last week, Super Bowl 59 between the Eagles and Chiefs reminded me a lot of Super Bowl 42 between the Giants and Patriots. Though this isn't the biggest upset in Super Bowl history, it did put an end to one of the dynasties, and hopefully the Chiefs follow suit, and this is the end of the 2020 dynasty. Kelsey should retire, Andy Reid should have a heart attack, and Mahomes will kill his brother and his wife in a murder-suicide pact.
Very homerish take and completely outlandish as always.
I did forget one part of my opening take. Can I have a backsies?
Yep, absolutely.
I also had sex with Ray's mother.
Wait, go ahead. One more time.
Please.
I had sex with Ray's mother.
I'd also like to double down on that, or as we call it, piggybacking. I did a piggyback on your Ray's mom. My opening take, switch gears to the old hoops, basketball. It's Tatum time, baby. Tatum MVP has shown up. With the absence of Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday, Tatum's last 3 to 5 games have been MVP level. There is a bias against Boston in the NBA and against the Celtics, so he probably won't get it, but he should. He is a top 3 player in the team, and he does it haphazardly every single night, almost quietly, except for the last 3 nights. He's been putting on a fucking show as he goes into the All-Star break, and the Celtics just may have found that switch again to the demise of the Chief, Bobby, who thought this would be the end of Joe Mazzulla, even though if it was the end of the Celtics. It's not. It's not. They've doubled down on Mazzulla ball. Jason Tatum is taking over. Watch out. Here they come.
I thought you
were going to go with that, Ray.
No, I actually have a theory on when the demise of Joe Mazzulla will happen. We'll get to it.
Okay, stick around for that because we will be talking about that. First, we're going to talk about the Red Sox. Bobby, I don't know why you showed up on time. Could have stuck around, could have come in a little bit late. We're going to do the Red Sox. They signed Alex Bregman, one of their biggest signings in the last 5 or 6 years, so we got to talk about that. We're going to start with that. We'll do some Super Bowl talk. It feels like it was a month ago, but it was just several days ago. First chance for us to hash it out, to have the conversation. We'll do some top fives.
Get hard again.
We used to call a little Brady Boner hour. Just bask in the glory of what was the Patriots, seeing as the Chiefs shit down their legs in their attempt to unquaff that dynasty that was the Patriots. I don't know if that works, Ray, but look it up. We have it up and down with totem pole, up and down the totem pole with Chief Bobby. Thank you for that. We've got some Celtics talk, as I just talked about. Does anyone give a shit about NBA All-Star Weekend? Ray does politics. Here's a new one. And the Simplest Minds of the Week. This is the Simple Minds Sports Show. Friday Rewind live Thursday, February 13th. Welcome to the show. Apparently, the Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Mazzulla and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently, they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
I'm on vacation. it. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's QUE. You idiot.
Okay, for all of you who have quayed this in your YouTube, we thank you for that, and also you're welcome. Devilishly handsome tonight, Bobby, Rich, Ray.
Thanks.
Your favorite podcast platform, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, rate, subscribe, review. Tell your friends, as always, tell your mothers. Go to SimMindSports.com. Join the newsletter. Goes in every Friday. Get the latest podcasts, the latest blogs, all the latest content behind the paywall. Sometimes we have picks, sometimes we don't. It's all a surprise, and you don't want to miss it. So go to SimMindSports.com and join the newsletter. I had major dental work, as you guys know, not too long ago. I'm still having trouble finding the dexterity within my mouth. Like I feel like Ray a lot of times where the words are just kind of bumbled and jumbled. So,
well, you should ask your mother what she does when she has my dick in her mouth.
Ma? Bumbled and jumbled, is it? Anyway, if none of you asked, but the beaties are cured. So,
oh, great.
You don't cure diabetes.
Yes, you do. You rip out a bunch of teeth and then you don't have it anymore. That's what they told me. Speaking of diabetes and useless pieces of shit, the Red Sox sign Alex Bregman, 3 years, $120 million.
All filled up on Bregman. Swinging a high, deep drive left field. He crushes this one totally out of Fenway Park. A 3-run homer.
Huge news, the Boston Red Sox have just signed Alex Bregman. A deal worth $120.
Who the fuck is that dickhead?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he was
on
just
my face. You didn't want to play that. Yeah, it's our show, Ray. It's our show. That guy can fuck off. What the hell was that?
I don't want to make you any angrier after the dick in your mom's mouth. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
He also looked very skinny. Fuck him. $40 million AAV with opt-outs after every year. Alex Bregman turned down 6 years, $170 million. Reportedly, he had deals from the Pirates. From the Tigers, from the Cubs, from the Blue Jays. He turned down 156 over 7 from the Astros earlier in the offseason, or in the season, sorry. And he came to the Red Sox for $40 million per year, but not really. It's baseball, Bobby. Math doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. Deferred payments, we're not exactly sure what it is. I've heard up to half of that is deferred. So Billy Baseball, our old co-host, if you're watching, who I've been fighting with all day on the text chain, fuck off. The money doesn't matter. It's baseball. The money never goddamn matters unless you're a cheap prick like John Henry is, which is why I started the show, is don't let it fool you. The Red Sox are not back. And by that, I mean, they're not back to the ones who signed Hanley Ramirez and Pablo Sandoval to outlandish deals for no fucking reason. They're not back to dumping money in the sexiest names and the biggest bats and the strongest arms in pursuit of World Series. No. Nay. They are still operating within their purview of what they believe to be a fiscally responsible baseball team, which is no long-term contracts for guys over 30. No big money long-term contracts for guys over 30. Really no long-term contracts at all if you look at their roster. But somehow Craig Breslow and crew were able to navigate this offseason and pull in not one, but two solid front-end starting pitchers. And the last, which is, they made a couple moves, Aroldis Chapman, if you want to throw that one in there. They've got some relief help. But the last shoe to drop, obviously, is Alex Bregman. They needed a right-handed bat. They needed to shore up their defense in the infield, and they needed some leadership, and they need some championship qualities, and that's what they got in Alex Bregman. So,
also, Rich, what do you do after you have sex? You celebrate. After you have a child, you celebrate. After your wedding day, you celebrate. You might light a cigar. John Henry did that. John Henry celebrated because he had a successful offseason for once. This was via his wife's Instagram story. He lit up a cigar after that signing last night. So kudos to John Henry. He thinks all is right in the world now. He had a great offseason.
He looked like an emotionless vampire in that photo.
He didn't know what to do with the cigar, probably.
I hate that picture. I hate that you brought it up. I hate that you interrupted me. And to answer your question, after sex, I generally collect the money from your mother and tell them not to look me in the eyes again. As far as the Red Sox and John Henry go, this was a John Henry deal. No one okays $40 million a year for a 31-year-old third baseman other than the owner of a baseball team. So if you want to give him credit for that, go for it. I don't give a shit. Regardless, look, we've been yelling at the Red Sox for not spending money for 5 or 6 years. We've been yelling at the Red Sox for not being able to put a team on the field that was going to compete for the playoffs. They have done that. They get a golf clap, okay, on paper. They should be competing potentially for the division. The Yankees, if they don't shit down their pants again, should have that. But the Orioles are still good. I understand, but you've got a good team here on paper for the Red Sox with your big three, quote unquote big three, which I hate to say, and Mayer, Campbell, and oh my God, Ramon. No, come on, help me.
Abreu?
No.
No.
Come on, Ray.
Campbell?
Roman Anthony. I've been drinking, and I'm also full fired up. And obviously, you guys know nothing about Red Sox prospects, so I'm just out here on an island looking at you guys, looking at me like a deer in the headlights. Long story short, I think it's a good signing. Raymond?
You didn't say that earlier. You said pretty much that you were pissed off that you didn't like it. I like it. I think it's great. It is the last chess piece they needed. One of these things that needed to happen. I mean, Felger and Matt spent the first hour yesterday on their show talking about how the Red Sox ownership lied to us. And then at midnight last night, we got fucking Alex Bregman. So I think they're listening and they know the fans are upset and they're actually going out there and spending. Is it the right move? To be determined. But they did what we didn't think they were going to do all offseason. They spent money.
Okay, Bobby, I know you don't have an opinion. I'm sure you can make
I actually do on this particular matter.
Go ahead.
I particularly hate this move because it caused a text exchange between Bill and Ray at 4:45 this morning, which really pissed me off. So I don't like the move. Fuck you, John Henry.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you for different reasons. I hate Ray's take. I fucking hate it. It's so stupid. It's the exact opposite what I said. The ownership doesn't get credit. This is what I said. I didn't say I didn't like the move. I said they're not back. They're not back to spending money the way they should spend money as the Boston Red Sox. They overpaid for a player they should not have overpaid for. They spent the suck tax. You suck, therefore you have to pay more for good players. That's a suck tax. You don't get credit for doing that as ownership because you spent the last 6 years in the gutter, okay? So exactly opposite of what Ray just said. Here's the deal. They're not back. They're still operating on the same purview of basically cheap, no long-term deals, no long-term big money deals for good players. Okay? That's what the Red Sox want to do. They got a short-term deal, basically a 1 year, if they really want it to be, for a good player, not great, good player. I like the player. I like the signing. It makes the team better. But ownership doesn't get fucking credit. The only guy that actually should get any credit is Craig Breslow. And even I think ownership just went, smoke my cigar, go pay him, whatever. What do we think we'll get the deal done? $40 million? Put it on his fucking desk and tell him to fuck off. He doesn't want to take it. We'll trade for the kid in St. Louis. That's what John Henry did. Then Bregman went, hey, we've got $40 million. Take it or leave it. And Alex Bregman was like, $40 million versus 28. Sounds fucking good to me. I'm going to fucking Boston to cheat with Alex Cora. So nobody gets fucking credit, really, except for Bregman. That's it. He's the guy who made it done. He's the guy who made the deal. Fuck you, Ray. That was a stupid ass take. It made me angry. Sorry. I do like the player though. Nice pull for the Red Sox. He will turn 31 in March. Two-time All-Star. Hasn't been an All-Star for 6 years, but he's got a career 272, 366, 483 slash line. But we know he can hit in the playoffs. Two-time World Series champion. Finished top 5 in MVP voting 2018, 2019. Has been a force in Fenway. Hitting 275 at Fenway, the slugging 750, 7 homers, 16 extra bases, and 75 plate appearances.
Isn't Fenway like a really good ballpark for him to hit at because he hits line drives all the time, so it's going to be like automatic doubles all the time off the Green Monster. He always hits line drives to left field or something like that. I was reading up on. He is kind of an old school hitter in the fact that he can spray the ball around a little bit for singles and doubles in the gaps, but his power comes pulling. And when, you can get it over the Green Monster at 325 or whatever it is, he should do well. And you can spray it over pesky pole
at 310. Yeah, Bregman's a guy that is not going to rely on center field power at Fenway at 410 feet, but he should be able to dump 12, 13 home runs over the Green Monster a year with that pull power. A lot of people are comparing him to the very great Dustin Pedroia, if you would, Raymond, your very favorite Red Sox player.
Oh, the Hall of Famer?
The future Hall of Famer, Dustin
No,
Pedroia.
he's not in the Hall of Fame, bitch.
Not yet. Big question, Alex Bregman coming to the Red Sox is where he's going to play, third base or second base. A lot of people are talking about him playing second base. Seeing as you have Rafael Devers at third, you've got Tristan Casas at first, and
Yoshida at DH, so you can't put
Yoshida at
Devers.
DH.
You can't put Devers there.
This is going to be interesting for me to see how they play this. Devers is at his best can be okay at third base. He can be okay. I know his camp has come out in the offseason and said they don't want to move off third base. A lot of that is probably for contract reasons, and you get paid more as a fielder and not just a DH. However, when he's not at his best, when he's below his best in the field, he's a hack. He sucks. He had the most errors at third base all year last year. The Red Sox have been the worst defensive team on the left side of the diamond for 2 years straight. So why do you take a gold glove third baseman and then turn him into a second baseman, a position he's never played before? I don't like that part of it. I think he can do it. Bregman's good enough baseball player, good enough athlete that I'm sure he could do it. But I would really love to see Bregman at third, Devers DH, and either the Campbell kid comes up and plays second, or they figure that out. I'm a proponent of the 80-20 rule. You support your best 20% with 80% of your effort and your talent. And that's not what you'll be doing with Bregman going to second. You'll be spreading that out, and you'll just be okay at a lot of places instead of really good at two places. But we'll see. Long way to go from there. Spring training has started. Pitchers and catchers have reported. I was real geared up to do a whole baseball offseason sucks again, seeing as pitchers and catchers have reported, and there's still guys like Alex Bregman not signed in baseball. And then Ray and Bill started texting at 5:15 this morning, and that kind of ruined my whole rant.
Well, sorry. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. But what do you think about Nolan Arenado? Do you think he's going to be another shoe that drops for the Red Sox? Do you think they're going to make that? I'm so glad you brought
this up, Ray. You brought it up in the text chain, and it was everything within my power because I knew you were going to bring up the show. And I know I already shit on you today, and that I was going to tell myself that's my quote. I only get to shit on you that hard once tonight, but fucking Nolan Arenado. No, they're not trading for Nolan Arenado, you dickhead. They already got the guy. They got their right-handed third baseman who's fucking aging into his 30s. They're not trading for Nolan Arenado. It's not happening. Come on. What are you thinking?
Well, I just thought because it sounds like the Cardinals would eat most of his salary, so it's a salary dump for the Red Sox. If you could get rid of Yoshida, make him part of the trade package, plus Dick Fitz like I do in your mother every Thursday night, then that would be a steal for the Cardinals. So why wouldn't they want to do that?
Yeah, I heard there's plenty of room left in there too.
It fits.
Look. Sure, yeah. You know what? And if I could trade a bag full of shit for Aaron Judge, I'm sure the Yankees would do it too. It's not happening, okay? They leveraged the Arenado deal for the Bregman deal. If they weren't going to get Bregman, then they're going to trade for Arenado. Their guy was Bregman, so they leveraged Arenado over Bregman. That's what happened. That's why he signed at the last hour. They had the deal done. It was going to be for Blaze Jordan, not Dick Fitz, if you're up on it. But it didn't because they wanted Bregman. They didn't want Arenado. And so there you go. So they're not trading for Arenado. If you tell me they can trade Yoshida and have Arenado instead, sure. And like, what's Yoshida's contract? 17 million or 16 million or something like that. Arenado's is 25. So you bring on Arenado for $6 million or whatever for 2 or 3 more years. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yoshida's just an okay player. It's fairly relatively the same, and Arenado's still a good defensive player. But that's not happening. They're not going to do that. Those two things were tied. It was either or Arenado or Bregman. They got Bregman, the guy they wanted. So kudos to them again.
So they're done. You think they're done? They're calling it quits on the offseason.
Oh, they are done. They are done. Their offseason acquisitions include Alex Bregman, the trade for Garrett Crochet, signing of Walker Buehler, Aroldis Chapman, Justin Wilson for the bullpen, which is where my biggest question mark remains. You got Aroldis Chapman and the skeleton of Liam Hendricks closing out your games. this would have been great in 2016, 17, 18, 19 when these guys were at the top of the MLB. But Aroldis Chapman has been in the purgatory of Pittsburgh with like a +4 ERA for the last year and a half or two. And Liam Hendriks' arm fell off a year and a half ago, and we don't know exactly what he's going to be. So I'm a little skeptical on the bullpen. They might have to do some work there. That's my biggest question mark. But if they're really this invested into winning, if they're truly looking forward to this year and actually making moves to win, then they can pick up a high leverage reliever at the trade deadline. If what I predict is coming to come true, to come fruition, that the back end of their bullpen is not going to be as reliable as they think it is, then they'll invest and spend the money on a real guy at the trade deadline to fill whatever gap they have. We'll see. That'll be another test because, again, they're not back. Okay, the Red Sox are not back. Don't trust them. I'm glad Bregman's here, but they're not back.
So you say that, though. Let me ask you this: what record do they have to have, or where in the standings would they have to be in order to be buyers in the during the trade deadline?
You have to be. They cannot be sellers.
They have to be buyers, no matter what.
You have to. Who are you going to sell?
They don't. Those kids are untouchable.
They're not going to sell any of their top prospects. I guess a Jarren Duran is like, if they really fall on their face. You've got a Yoshida, Duran. I don't know what Houck's contract is. You've got some younger talent that is on short-term deals that I guess you could sell for what? Like unknown prospects? No, they've made this decision. They've given $40 million to Bregman this year. They've made the trades for Crochet. They've signed Bueller. This is now their next step. They are now invested into winning. You should be happy about that. They're actually making steps, investing into winning instead of investing into the future. I would not anticipate them in a position where they feel like they need to sell. That would be the better question is, how bad do they need to suck where they would sell? And that'd be really fucking bad. They should be at least at 500. They should be flirting for the division at the trade deadline, and they should be making a move to shore up whatever holes they have, whether that be another right-handed bat or whether that be a back-end bullpen guy, depending on what injuries look like. Who knows? But they should 100% be looking forward to bolstering this club at the deadline.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because 93% of their deals have been all one-year deals, so they really don't have anything to sell. I mean, unless you have to go buy. You have to buy.
Well,
I mean, you got rental pieces, but you're not going to get anything back for it.
They've always done stuff at the deadline because it is in with the Red Sox purview, because generally you're getting rentals at the deadline.
Yeah.
So as long as that price is not too high for them, and you got the number one farm system in baseball, so you can give up your number 20 prospect for a half a year rental of a big right-handed bat, or think of the Kyle Schwarber deal that they gave up. I don't even remember what they gave up for him. But guys like that, and I'm not going to pretend to know the MLB back-end bullpen market to tell you a guy that they might keep their eye on towards the middle of the season, but that should be within their purview of how they do business. Go trade one of your 20 to 25 to 16 ranked prospect for whatever 32-year-old is on the last year of his deal.
That's going to shitbag franchise. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
They should be on that. And then, something excited to be, this is the year we should be expecting the Roman Anthony's, Christian Campbell's, and Marcelo Mayer. All of them should make an appearance. They're all at camp. They're all playing with the idea that they're going to start the season with the Red Sox. This is very minutia, but the new CBA does not really penalize teams for bringing up kids early the way it used to in terms of service time. So you should be able to kind of keep an eye on Anthony Campbell and Mayer, and, they should make an appearance. And they won't get blocked, Bill. Bregman is not going to block any of these fucking kids. Trevor Story is going to get hurt or hit 203 and get benched, or Rafaela is going to suck, or Willie Abreu is going to be a flash in the pan. There's going to be opportunities for these kids to come up and play this year, and they will. And hopefully they'll be as good as the Red Sox have told us they're going to be as good for the last 6 or 7 years, whatever the fuck they've been telling about it. So excited to see
when
that.
Will Trevor Story be DFA'd? That should be the true. That should be the fucking real question of the season.
DFA is interesting because he's on the last year of his deal too, and he's got an opt out. So he's, technically he's an asset, and he's got a $5 million buyout. So if he sucks, they're just going to buy him out. He's off. Trevor Story's out. Okay, this is last year with Trevor Story on the Red Sox. That guy's out. You heard it here first. He's done. He sucks and he's done. One way or another. DFA'd.
That'd be fucking awesome, though. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna say if Campbell and Mayer come up and they rake, Trevor Story might get a fucking quote unquote knee injury and be DFA'd in June.
Yep, that'd be fucking amazing.
At whatever $25 million a year he's getting, whatever stupid. Again, people, listen real quick. Listen, anytime, Bill, step up, eyes up, dickhead. Anytime you think a contract is too big in sports, you're an idiot. Jaylen Brown, why'd they give him that contract? Great fucking deal at the end of that. Trevor Story, $140 million over 6 years. Now he's fucking in the middle of the market. It's fucking nothing. It doesn't matter. This is how it works. This is economy. This is how the professional sports league work. What your money you get now versus 5 years from, it's nothing. It's nothing. That's why the Dodgers are thieves and deferring $700 million a decade down the line for Shohei Ohtani is illegal. That is fucking insider trading. That's not the $700 million 10 years from now is not worth nearly what it is worth now. That's just, I don't know what you call it, economics, but it's true, especially with the way we're going right now. We're going to do politics later, but money's probably just not even.
We have a great segment for this coming up.
So
way too early.
It doesn't matter. $40 million for Alex Bregman doesn't fucking matter, especially when half of it's deferred. It doesn't matter. They're not back.